It is no secret that we all have days where we lack the energy and drive to finish a long to-do list. We can barely keep our eyes open, we feel sluggish and unmotivated. Instead of chugging another 5 cups of coffee, there are smarter strategies out there. Little tweaks in our routine that can make great changes in the way we feel. A refreshing drink with some electrolytes, for example, a strategic light exposure timing to boost dopamine, or training in a way that will actually leave you feeling more energetic. Let's leave sluggishness behind. How do we boost energy? This question kept me up at night. I really wonder why some people are more energetic than others. How do you wake up energetic? How do you leave your workout feeling more motivated than before? How do you wake up, start working, and keep your focus for 10 hours straight? Is it possible? How do you keep that youthful exuberance in you just as when you were a kid at a high level? So this is why I've created VitalSend, the health and performance optimization site that focuses on the 8 steps to vitality. Through 4 years of intense research and reading a bunch of studies, I've noticed a few patterns. Bulletproof coffees, carnivore diets, keto diets, cold showers, infrared saunas, all these different biohacks were mainly aiming at boosting energy because that is heavily associated to feeling better and living longer. But how so? Well, mostly the focus is on optimizing the machinery that creates this energy, which is our power cells, the mitochondria. Mitochondria are tiny organelles responsible for producing energy on a cellular level. These power cells use glucose and oxygen to produce energy in the form of ATP. This fuels the basic physiological functions, powers movement, and promotes vitality. Mitochondria health is closely linked to longevity. As we age, mitochondria become less efficient at producing energy, thus decreasing energy levels, which speeds up aging. By boosting mitochondrial function, we can slow aging and increase our lifespan. When it comes to boosting energy, I think nothing beats fasting. It is the well-needed energy reset we need on a daily basis. It basically optimizes the machinery that creates energy. When you restrict your body from food for a given period of time, your insulin gets a reset and inflammation is reduced, which is a good combo. It is like the ultimate way to hit the reset button on your energy metabolism on a daily basis. I tend to fast for 16 hours daily as it is quite practical, sustainable, and an easy to do method that fits my lifestyle. First meal is at 12, last meal is at 8 o'clock, and in between I have nothing but water, maybe some clean black coffee. Fasting can also drastically improve your mental clarity and affect the way you feel. See, after a heavy carb-loaded breakfast, you're most likely sleepy. We're quite slower and lethargic because when you have that big punch of carbs, you actually activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which makes you sleepy as you enter the rest and digest state. This makes us quite sluggish and low energy and not very sharp and focused. Fasting, on the other hand, can extend your focus as your body is still in the activated mode, your cortisol level is higher, you're mentally sharp and focused, so cognitively you can function at a greater level and finish tasks more efficiently. Eating tryptophan-rich foods is a huge one. See, tryptophan is a very potent amino acid that helps regulate mood and sleep indirectly. So, while tryptophan doesn't directly affect sleep and mood, it helps synthesize 2 very important hormones, melatonin and serotonin. The first one is important for regulating sleep and increasing the quality overall of your sleep, and the second one, serotonin, is known as the happiness hormone for a reason. It uplifts your mood, makes you happy, relaxed, or should I say, chillaxed. Studies show that depleting tryptophan stores can cause a rapid decline in mood in both normal and depressed patients. Supplementing with tryptophan, on the other hand, has been shown to effectively improve social behavior in both healthy humans and those with serotonergic dysfunction. So, eating tryptophan-rich foods is the best natural way to increase your tryptophan, thus supporting the production of hormones like serotonin, which make you happy. One of my favorite tryptophan indulgements is, of course, fatty dark chocolate. I like to fill my diet with nuts, seeds, and oats as well, not just for the additional fiber content, but their rich tryptophan profile as well. As we all know, exercise can improve both mood and energy. But what type of exercise should you indulge in? So there's the high interval intensity type of cardio, there is boxing or cycling or swimming, or you can do Pilates, yoga, or lift weights. With so many on the market, what should you choose? Well, high interval intensity training can be great in terms of boosting VO2 max, which can also enhance longevity and energy. But if we are trying to optimize our mitochondria function, I think nothing beats low to moderate intensity steady state training when done frequently. The reason why is doing high interval intensity training actually works the anaerobic system, meaning you don't use oxygen to create energy and you burn glycogen and glucose. On the other hand, doing low intensity cardio actually uses the mitochondria in something called oxidative phosphorylation, which is just a fancy way of saying the body uses oxygen and water and nutrients, mainly fats, to produce ATP, which is the mechanism we actually want to work and stimulate. By training at a steady state for longer duration, we not only burn fat and improve our body composition, but most of the energy created is created through fats. This improves our mitochondria function, which can help create more energy later on. This only makes sense for a balanced exercise approach, not overtraining, of course. Another thing why LISS or low intensity steady state training is great is because it improves gut feeling chemicals in your brain like serotonin and dopamine. I mean, you're probably all familiar with the runner's high. That's the shoot up, the spike of endocannabinoids and different serotonin-like hormones and compounds in the brain, which makes you feel a sense of euphoria and excitement after or during your run. If you've been exposed to any of Andrew Huberman's work, you've probably heard about this one, and it's sun exposure. Sun exposure, especially in the morning, can have a tremendous impact on your energy levels, boost your mood, and also increase alertness and mental clarity. The thing is, the rays from the sun have a certain effect that's a bit stimulatory on our brain. So whenever we interact with light, our brain gets a bit more activated. Now, this is good in the morning and throughout the day, but at night we want to cut out as much light as we can. So since the sun sets at a given period, we just want to focus on blocking all the blue artificial light that comes from our screens, and we're good to go. Just going out and connecting with nature can have a significant impact on your mood. Sun, just as exercise, is a potent stimulator of serotonin. It also increases numerous endorphins in the body, promoting a mood-boosting effect. It doesn't have to be a planned picnic or anything crazy, just take a lap around the park when you see the sun shining. Cycle instead of driving to work, have that coffee with your friends outside, and let the sun bless you. So basically just try to find more ways to be out in nature and connect with nature. Whenever you see that there's a little time block that you can spend outside, whether that's through your work or meetings or whatever, just go out, make friends with the sun. It's also one of the top traits that most centenarians, which are people who made it over 100 years old in the blue zones, are famous for: working outside in the garden, in the sun, in nature, enjoying their lives. Another strategy is to cycle caffeine or limit caffeine. So limiting caffeine has to do with setting a threshold saying, I'm not gonna drink more than 100 or 150 milligrams of coffee per day. Cycling caffeine, on the other hand, has to do with taking a period where you don't ingest caffeine and a shorter period where you do ingest caffeine. So let's say 3 days are decaf coffee, 4 days are caffeinated coffee, just so you get sort of a reset, so you get that sensitivity back and you don't get used to caffeine. Caffeine is a very potent stimulator, meaning it can boost your focus and increase your mental clarity. But chugging 5 cups of coffee will make you desensitized to it and will actually only disrupt your sleep. And as you get in that loophole of just more and more coffee, you'll end up with less, not more focus. Instead of chugging 3+ cups of coffee per day to boost focus, I started limiting caffeine to 50 to 100 milligrams daily. Also, I tend to have coffee for 5 days a week, leaving 2 days for my decaf version just to cycle it out. This caffeine cycling makes it very easy for me to stop using caffeine whenever I want to, and if I notice I'm like more than 4 to 7 days up on coffee, I'm just gonna take 2 to 3 days to just reset that sensitivity. This way, I end up with no headaches, no problems, and I almost always get that cognitive punch from caffeine that we all love without becoming desensitized to it. This also helps you sleep better, improving the quality and duration of your sleep, which, as we all know, is extremely important for boosting your energy levels. Research shows that even a moderate dose of caffeine at bedtime, 3 hours or 6 hours prior to bedtime, all significantly disturb sleep and reduce sleep quality. When it comes to increasing energy levels, sleep is the king of all. It's the most natural and complex biological process that plays a great role in restoring your energy metabolism. It also promotes a sort of an internal brain cleanse, a detox if you will. It helps us consolidate memories and reset all the ATP kind of pathways in our brain so that we can wake up refreshed, energized, mentally clear, ready to go. Sleep facilitates regeneration, it facilitates repair of damaged tissues, degradation of dysfunctional proteins, yada yada yada. Anyway, it's extremely important. And one of the most effective things you can do in the modern era to boost sleep quality and duration is to pop on your blue blockers after somewhere around 5 to 6 p.m., especially if you are exposed to monitors and screens and phones, watching Netflix, whatever. We all do it. Just pop your blue blockers on. As 7 o'clock rolls around, I put my blue blockers, and any blue light I'm exposed to through my devices, whether it's my phone or my monitor, is blocked. Eliminating blue light exposure at night can help you fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and increase sleep quality. The science on blocking blue light and improving sleep is quite clean on this, and I have written a full blog. If you want, you can go and check it out. This has a bidirectional effect, so by popping your blue blockers you can improve sleep quality, which actually both restores energy levels and can improve mood as it balances numerous hormones that play an important role in mood, like dopamine and serotonin. We all know that sleep disruptions lead to hormonal dysregulation, which quite often happens when we had a poor sleep to wake up a bit moody and not really in the mood. You know what I mean? So that's around it for my path on becoming an energy boosting machine and feeling great. Sorry, just got a bit overexcited there. So quick recap. I feel like I'm a teacher. First, skip your breakfast and do your intermittent fasting. Second, eat tryptophan-rich foods, so nuts, oats, seeds, bananas, yummy. Cycle or limit caffeine intake, block blue light at night, go out and enjoy the sun and your life and nature, and hit at least one low to moderate intensity cardio session. But beware, you don't want to be so energetic, you don't want to fill the battery so much that you just explode out of energy.